Well, hello, friends, and welcome to my daily diary segment. So glad to be with you to share with you what I did, what I do from day to day, morning to night. And today I want to cover the dates of the Friday, the 31st of March, and Monday, April 1st. Friday, the 31st of March, and Saturday, April 1st of 2023. What did I do? So on Friday morning, I was here at my office, began early at my desk as I usually do. It was the anniversary of Terry Schiavo's death, and was praying, of course, in remembrance of that. I was there in her room, as you know from the story and from some broadcasts that we did. I was doing desk work that related to various topics like approving email blasts to go out, a volunteer report from our team. We have a great body of volunteers that comes in to help us on different things. Communicating with our communications director about media that we are reaching out to in order to get the word out to even more people. Communication with some of our nation's top pollsters that I'm privileged to be in contact with. Communication with our Abortion Recovery Coalition. We belong to that, of course, because we have so much work in the arena of abortion recovery. Our e-blast approving wording for that. Emails that go out to you and to our whole list. Planning upcoming trips and also planning our broadcast schedules. So those were things I had to do at various times at my desk. On the 31st, we had a visit on Friday morning by Eddie Perez, and he heads up the Vans for Life, the goal of getting mobile pregnancy units in front of every abortion facility in the country. We are collaborating with him on that. So he was here, and at a certain point, specifically at 10:15, I came in. Of course, we had our regular staff meetings in the morning, administrative phone calls, etc. And then at 10:15, I came right here into the studio and taped a half-hour program with Eddie about the Vans for Life. Went back, did a little more work in my room, and then we all went outside. The van, one of the vans was parked in our parking lot, and we took a picture next to it with our staff. That was very, very nice. And then more desk work, and then we went out to lunch with Eddie and with one of the pregnancy center directors from Daytona Beach, and we and some of our staff and our team as well. Kurt was here from New Jersey. He's our videographer. When we got back from lunch, I had a meeting with our social media coordinator. And then after that, a meeting with our communications. Well, actually, after the social media meeting, which was just around 2:30, then I had a 3 o'clock meeting with our studio team, and that was very important. We went over some things to improve our broadcasts. After we had that meeting, we had a meeting with our executive team to talk more about the studio and about more hiring that we want to do. And then I had a meeting with our communications director about the book about Priests for Life that she is working on. And when I finished with that and checked in on more of these items on my computer and email, I then went over to a nearby restaurant for a 5 p.m. early dinner with Eddie Perez again, and with a couple who are helping with financial planning and fundraising for these efforts. So we had a good dinner there. I came back, did much work then again at my desk and in the office, also getting ready for a little trip the next day. The next day, Saturday, April the 1st, I was up nice and early doing various work at my desk and changing the calendars, of course, to welcome the month of April, and having a quick breakfast. More communication with Abortion Recovery Coalition. Well, actually, I did some of these emails once I was at the airport, because at about 6:15, I drove myself to the Orlando airport. And there, on the way, by the way, I listened to various commentators, conservative commentators on matters relating to America and politics and pro-life. And then while I was there at the airport, I did some waiting for my plane. I did some, again, communication with the Abortion Recovery Coalition. Plans for upcoming meetings upcoming broadcasts and upcoming travels and tapings. Then approval of a schedule of email blasts, approval of a prospecting package. That is a letter that will go out to people for prospecting mail. That is people who are not yet on our list but might be interested in our work. Working also on a letter to our top level donors. And finally bringing to the staff's attention in the appropriate department some updates for our website. Flew to Houston, did some of this work on the plane, also some important reading. Alan Dershowitz's book, Get Trump, is an important book for us all to read during these days. So I was finishing that up as my reading. Got to Houston and was picked up by Father David Begany, whom you've seen on some of these broadcasts. He's one of our active Priests for Life priests. We had lunch together, and then he took me to my hotel in the Woodlands, Texas. And there I settled in. I did some work in my room, connected with my staff, had a couple of phone calls and email exchanges, and then took part in the 40 Days for Life gala. Now, I went down early, about 4:15 or so, started greeting people as they arrive. I have been involved in 40 Days for Life from the very beginning, helped transition it from a local to a national effort. Met a lot of the people who were arriving to support this event. I also had the pleasure of seeing Newt Gingrich again. He was the keynote speaker for the evening, so I chatted with him a little bit, and he was at the reception, talked with a lot of people there. And then we went into the dinner itself. The program was wonderful. He gave a great talk, and there were other presentations and awards given. A wonderful night, and then I kept networking once the dinner was finished. A lot of people wanted to see me and say hello. I chatted with Dr. Haywood Robinson, former abortionist who's now medical director for 40 Days, and so on, with many, many other people that were there. Networked until about 10:15 at night, and then went to bed because I had to go get ready for an early flight the next morning. So those were my activities on Friday the 31st of March, Saturday the 1st of April, 2023. Thanks for tuning into these daily updates. I hope your work for life is plentiful and fruitful for the sake of saving the unborn. God bless.